folks, just preparing myself to show you how to clean up existing citrus trees. It is time to plant your citrus in the ground, so you'll find beautiful trees in your local garden centres. Get out there and plant one in the garden today, or in a pot if you like a dwarf variety. There's plenty to choose from. I've got a heap out there to plant still out in the paddock, but what I've got here are some existing trees, and what's happened here in the past, I did compost them, but over time it does wear away. If it's quite active, the soil, the compost and the straw will wear off or break down, or in the other cases blow away with the wind. So these trees here now are going through some heavy frosty nights, and they don't like it. They don't like high wind. Citrus trees don't like the high wind. They don't like really cold nights, frosty nights. They'll be tolerant once they adapt to it, but ideally they like it to be, 5 degrees, no lower than that. And down here it gets down to -1, -2. Now here I've got an existing tree. It's been planted. There were a lot of weeds around the base. You'll see I brush cut that down. I haven't taken out all the weeds, meaning the grass and all that, because it's just going to keep growing back. As long as you keep on top of the weeds, it's not a problem for the tree, and as long as you keep up the nutrients to the tree's root system, it won't have to compete so heavily against all the smaller plants growing beneath it. Now you can have your grass grow up to it, and that's exactly what's going to happen here, because it's too small a garden bed, and I probably have demonstrated in the past trenching around these trees so you can prevent the actual grass growing to it. And if you're going to trench it, you're going to have to go about 1 meter outside that. I don't want to do it. I'm just going to work with it for now. I'm just going to constantly add my mulch, my compost, my organic matter. Now what can you add? Well, you can add pea straw, lucerne, whatever type of straw you can get your hands on is great, because that will be the carbon to feed the microbes in the earth. You got your blood and bone, you got your aged animal manure as well, chicken, cows, sheep, if you like any of those. You got organic compost there. We've got our black grit. I highly recommend that, because it will give you the benefits of getting good healthy growth in the tree and greening up the leaves as well, because they are discoloring a little bit there, lacking a bit of nutrients. And our Eco Boost, our biostimulant, which basically stimulates all the organic microbial that grows and lives in the soil. So it'll help everything grow, establish and populate. The earth beneath is where the living organisms are, where the roots will grow out and stretch out and feed off that and stabilize it. So step one, what do you reckon? What do we put first? We'll put some straw down. Here we go. Well, this is pea straw. Just around there like this, really simple. Now I've got a loop around there as the irrigation, so when the irrigation will turn on, or it gets turned on, it will irrigate below, and that's where we want it to be, below, not above. So we'll just cover that for now like this. And don't worry so much about the weeds if you're the type to get out there and control them, because that's great. Then add a couple of handfuls of blood and bone around the base as well, on top of that. Yes, on top of that, because we want to activate the microbes to start growing and breeding within the mulch. I know that's more than a couple of handfuls because my hands are small. Now, our compost on top. Now you can do this with manure too, and you've seen me do that before. Worm castings, delicious. One of the best manures you can use in your garden, and you don't need a lot of it to do the job. Get your worm castings into the garden. We've got plenty of that stuff on our website. Have a look at that. Don't mind me if I sound a bit short of breath. I've been working hard today. What else do we need? Oh, black grit. Handful or two, just like that. Get all this off the leaves. And then we water in the Eco Boost. I've got the Eco Boost, and look, we've got it here, but I've got no water. Be back in a second. It will work its way through. If you find your soil or compost is slightly anaerobic or hydrophobic, as they all tend to be at the beginning because they haven't been activated, but once you finish adding the liquid fertilizer and give it some more mulch on top, it just comes to life, and I'll show you in a second what it looks like. But for now, let's finish off with a bit more mulch on top. And then add another burst of liquid feed on top once you finish putting the mulch on. Isn't that right, Jack? It smells good, eh? Hey, Jack? You like it? You know. Look at him, he's sneaking up. Look at him, look at him, look at him. He's going to sneak up to the blood and bone. He's just waiting for his moment. I'm watching you. These are the beds we prepared about a month ago. And we did the same layering as you just saw before with the citrus tree. Let's have a look underneath. And I've only watered these twice. It hasn't really rained here either, by the way. So we've done 2 applications of EcoBoost Liquid Gold, you know, about 14 days apart. Look at this. Look at that. That's rich. Now, I've got to get underneath all this. Yeah, it's all breaking down. 4 weeks old, max. I dare say not even 4 weeks. And this is really activated. And look at them. They're thriving. They're full of life, full of green colour on the foliage. And very little, if any, damage at all by insects or disease. And we've had some really frosty nights, folks, so the stuff really does work. And you can see everything else is coming on. And that silver beet, that is amazing. Look at the colour, the vibrant red stems on that, and the beautiful green foliage. It's just too good to eat. You just want to look at it. Oh, Maresi.